So, your kids are begging you to go to Disneyland. Now what? Where do you start? What's the parking situation? What kind of rides and food and that sort of thing can you expect? Those are the things we're gonna go over today in this video. My name is Chris. I'm from CJ's Elevated Travel. Thank you so much for joining us. Normally I do these videos by myself, but I am so excited because I wanted to get a kid's perspective. I'm bringing in my 8-year-old daughter, Soraya. This was her first time to Disneyland, and I want her to come in and kind of share that kid's perspective. So Soraya, come on in. All right, so we went out to Southern California in December of 2023. Just so everybody who's watching the video right now understands, a little bit different protocols in Disneyland and Disney World in December of 2023 than what is happening now in Disneyland and Disney World. They've actually relaxed some of the requirements that they had before. You actually had to purchase your tickets and make reservations. So they only allowed a certain number of people into the park. Now they've opened it up again to where you just get your tickets. There is no reservation system really, just buy your tickets and you can go. So that's a good change, but kind of back to the way it was before COVID. So, but we're out in Southern California. We actually live in just outside of Nashville, Tennessee, so kind of a trip for us. And we went out to Southern California for a very specific reason. So why did we go out to California?
For my acting program.
That's exactly right, our acting program. So we were out there actually 10 nights we spent out in California. So we went out just a little bit early because of course it was Christmas time. And with it being Christmas, we thought what better place to spend Christmas than the most magical place on earth, Disneyland. So that's exactly what we did. The 5 of us, my wife, and my 3 youngest kids. Soraya, we get to Disneyland. We park and we go through all that. I have a separate video that we're going to talk about the parking because I think that's kind of important to understand the way that works, getting into the park, that sort of thing. But we park, we take a tram, we get over to the park, we enter. What's your first thoughts?
Cool.
The tram's cool. Yeah, just even riding on the tram is nice. It's the anticipation to get to the park. So what did you think when we get to the park?
I thought it was going to be really fun, but it was very cold over there.
It was cooler, yeah, it was in the 60s. Of course, we're in December, so it was a little bit cooler, but you thought it was gonna be fun. So we're walking out Main Street, you see the Princess Castle, right?
Yeah, that was cool because I saw it all lit up. And it's way different in the night than in like the morning.
Yeah, that's true. I mean,
because it's like all light up and all lit up at night, and then in the morning it's just like pretty good, but it's just not lit up.
Yeah, it looks better at night. I mean, I agree. I mean, it's just the whole thing. It seems a little more magical to me at night.
Yeah.
And so we get there, and of course, we want to get on rides, right? When we get to the park, we want to figure out what rides we want to go to. What rides do you remember going on?
At the last second, I went on Big Thunder Mountain, which is my favorite.
Okay. Yeah.
And the Jungle Cruise, Pirates in the Caribbean. We went on the submarine. We had to wait for the Jungle Cruise.
We did. We waited on the Jungle Cruise for a while. The ride actually had a mechanical issue. So we probably waited in line maybe an extra, I don't know, half hour, 40 minutes, maybe about a half hour for them to get it back up and running and kind of move people through. And we did the train, right? We took the train around the park. So that was fun.
Yeah. There's different like worlds. There's like different lands. There's like
You got Tomorrowland and Adventureland and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And we went to New Orleans.
They recommended some places. Alice in Wonderland thing.
Yeah, when you're going around the train, it's kind of giving you information about the various different places and giving you suggestions on places to go.
On like the map, it tells you like it suggested like Alice in Wonderland, and there was another one too.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I don't think we went there, did we?
No, and that's part of the thing too, is Disneyland was open quite a while. It was really open from about 8 to midnight, so there was a good amount of time you could be there. It's a long day though when you're talking about kids. She's 8, our youngest is 4, and then we had an 18-year-old that was with us. It's just a long day to try to fit in everything you need to fit into Disneyland. So we did everything we could in the 2 days we were there. We missed a lot of things too that I would have liked to have done. But the biggest thing was the experiences, seeing the characters. There was various different places throughout the park where characters were meeting, signing autographs. They set up like lines and that sort of thing where kids were sitting with autograph books or whatever, taking pictures. So that was fun. And then the big place that we saw characters was at the character breakfast, right?
Yeah, it was Minnie and Friends. So there was no Mickey, sadly, because he had to go to a character dinner, basically. So we didn't see him, but we saw like Minnie, of course. We saw Daisy Duck, Donald Duck, a lot of characters there.
Yeah,
I think we saw Pluto.
like Chipperdale, or one of them was there, and then Pluto, and just
Goofy. Did we see Goofy?
yeah, I think Goofy was there. But the character breakfast is nice, and the dinner is nice. We've done that in the past too. It's always good to do one of those because what'll happen is, of course, the characters will all come around to each of the individual tables, spend time with the kids, sign autographs, take pictures, that sort of thing. But the big thing to remember with character breakfasts or dinners is that those are reservations. So
and you also have to make sure that you have to be there on time, or else you'll miss a lot.
that is true. We had a 10:20 time for ours, and we ended up getting there.
10:30.
We ended up getting there later. We were probably there at like 10:50 or 11. We almost missed out on the character breakfast because of the parking situation and getting into the park. Again, check out the other video because there's good information in there. But definitely well worth doing the character breakfast or dinner, whichever one you can reserve. So make sure you reserve ahead of time. We did it probably a week before we went out there, sooner than a week. That way we could have had more selection of things that we could have chosen for either a dinner or breakfast. But great time, we really enjoyed it. And you like the food, right?
Yeah, I like their waffles, and their milk was pretty good too. I had cereal there. I think I had like some eggs and some bacon and some sausage.
Yeah, they have, it's a buffet. So they got fruit and waffles.
And
There's
omelets.
made to order omelets. They have that there. Anything, juices, milk, coffee, the normal stuff at a buffet. It was good. No complaints there. And a wide variety of selection. Jello. I had some Jello for the first time in a couple of years, so I enjoyed that. What other stuff did you eat at the park?
At the park, I had like my first churro. It was actually pretty good.
Okay.
I like the cinnamon sugar. It's really good.
And then what
I
else?
had ice cream.
Yep, ice cream.
But the first day, they gave me like this much whipped cream on one ice cream. So then it was so much whipped cream that on the second lick it just fell on my shoe.
Yes, that's true. There was a lot of whipped cream. Now, for what they're charging for ice cream, probably good that they give you a lot of whipped cream, but it did fall on the ground. Overall, it was good. No complaints.